Hey guys, Duchess Braids here and welcome back to my channel. So today we're installing a wig, you guys. And I don't know about y'all, but every time I install a wig, it just feels like my first time doing it. So I get the same nervous feeling every single time. And it doesn't matter how many videos I upload of it, no matter how many times I do it, it just always feels like I'm starting from scratch. And so I'm going to take you guys on this journey with me to installing a wig. And of course, I'm going to explain to you guys step by step what I'm using, starting with the Duchess Braids Precision Comb. This is a carbon fiber comb, does not melt with heat, and it gives me great part because it's so sharp. And it just is my main tool that I use, and you can find this at duchessbraids.com. So guys, we're gonna jump off with the foundation, of course, and I'm doing some parts that are not small, not medium, because her hair is not fine, but it's also not super thick. So we're gonna just jump in with this size braids, and we're gonna, of course, braid them all the way back. And like I said, it feels like my first time. So of course you mess up. And as you see, I'm tugging on her hair. I did blow her hair out by using the Beyond the Zone heat protectant with the pattern brush and my Tymo blow dryer. And those are the things I used to blow her hair out initially, but I guess I didn't get some of the little snags out. So that's what I'm pulling on while I'm braiding. So to get started, I did mess up on the foundation a little bit because I normally go across the nape in the back because I like for my wig to have something to hang on to. But instead I braided this straight back. But of course I'm going to catch it and I'm going to fix it. Like I said, this feels like the first time, but it's not. So once I catch something, I'm most definitely going to fix it. And I'm going to let you guys know while I'm doing it so that, you guys aren't lost as well if you're following this. So I started on the second braid, and once I got further enough back on the second braid, I realized like, oh snap, like I'm not supposed to be doing that. I need to go across the nape, especially because on the other side of her hair, it's a little bit shorter. She had a little, let's call it an accident on the other side of her hair where it's the hair is not as long anymore, so she's working on growing that back. And so that's why I braided across her nape, you guys, because I wanted that hair to be long. So I'm using these crocodile clips from Annie's. They're super affordable, and it just works when braiding. You can just easily clip the hair off whenever you're going to get it done. So now that I fixed the back, I went back into that second braid that I was doing, and I'm just going to braid that going straight back. And in any hairstyle, the foundation is vital. So this is why I always like to show you guys the foundation in my videos, because one, I'm a braider, so you guys like to see me braid, and two, I just like to show you guys from beginning to end. I don't like skipping over because I feel like if you're a newcomer and you're watching my video, you kind of want to know every single step that I'm taking. And so I'm going into the third braid, and of course from here, every braid from now on to the middle, I'm going to tuck the end of the braid in front into that braid and braid it back, just like you guys just see me do. So I'm going to do this until I get into the middle, and then I'm going to jump on the other side and do the same. And pretty much this is how the foundation turned out, you guys. As you can see, she has some hair gone on the other side where her blonde is, and this is how the foundation looks, and this is how I want my foundation to look. So that braid going across the back is going to help the wig. So now I'm going in with a Do Grow oil, and this is going to just oil her scalp, make sure that her scalp is a little bit itch free for as long as it can be, as well as aid in hair growth and hair health. So you always want to just make sure you're taking care of your client's hair under these wigs and under any hairstyle that you're doing. So now I'm going in with the Got To Be glue gel, and I'm going to line her hairline with that. This is going to get all her frillies, all her edges out of the way, because in a style like this where we're using glue to glue it down, we want to make sure we protect the client's hair. And so this Got To Be glue is not real glue. It's like a gel that's really hard. So we're going to use that, and we're going to brush her hairline back and out the way because we're trying to protect her hairline as much as possible. And this is a great way to do so. And once I do that, I like to go in with my new Tymo hair air dryer, and just make sure that I blow dry it out and get it hard. And another product that I like to use, which I didn't show you guys me using it, but this is a scalp protectant. So this product is going to protect her hairline from the glue. So if she has any type of allergic reaction or anything, this is going to protect her scalp from the glue, and you can get that product on Amazon. So now I'm going in with the wig cap, and this is a really nice wig cap. It's from Bios HD wig cap. It's really thin. It's like the newest version of wig caps, where it's so thin that it doesn't interfere with your wig at all once it's on and like put on properly. And then, of course, I'm going to color the cap with the Ruby Kisses. I believe this is color 11 or 10. And I always like to match these colors with her skin. And then I go in and just color the cap with that color. So now, sometimes you don't have to color the cap, depending on the wig. But the wig we're using today, it's like a transparent color on the wig. So I'm going to color the cap, and I'm also going to color the mesh on the wig. So now I'm going in with the Bold Hold lace glue. If you guys haven't heard of it, it's a really popular glue that a lot of people like to use, and so far so good. It's worked for me. And again, everything will be tagged not only in the description to my Amazon account, but if I can tag them in the video, I'll do that as well. So if you look to the bottom left of this video while it's playing, you should be able to see all the products that I'm using. So now while that glue dries, I'm going to go in and sew the cap down. I use this method, which is over and through method, to hold my cap down. And I'm using the nylon thread, you guys. I absolutely love my nylon thread because it is thin, it's small, and it does not break easily at all. And it does not knot up either. When I'm doing sewings and stuff like that, it does not knot up. So now I'm going in with the scissors, and I'm just gonna cut the mesh off, the excess mesh off from the cap, and I'm lining that along the glue. Wherever I put the glue, I like to go along that line, and just take your time because you do not want to nip your client at all. So you kind of want to tug on one side of the mesh and just cut along the hairline. So now it's going to stay in place because one, the cap is sewed on and it's glued on in the front. Then I'm going in with the alcohol cloth. So I put some alcohol on paper towel, and I'm just going to wipe the makeup away, and I'm going to spray back the protectant on her scalp as well, because I also did that. So now we have the wig on, and as you can see, the lace is super duper white, but it did come pre-plucked. I did have to bleach it, and the reason why I'm in a different outfit is because we ended up doing it the next day, because I realized like the wig was not bleached, and I just didn't have bleach. I didn't have time. So we was like, let's just finish it the next day. And so that's why I'm in a whole different outfit from what I started with. So then we're going to go in and we're going to do 2 to 3 layers of the boho glue on top of, between her lace in the front and on her skin. So I like to do half and half. So half of what I'm spreading is on the lace, and the other half is a little bit over onto her skin. And this way, once I put the wig on, it's gonna not only lay to the lace, but it also has some protection on the skin. This also puts the lace down as well. So if the wig cap was lifting, the glue is gonna help it not to lift. So now I've already colored the wig on the inside of the lace, and then I'm just gonna pull it over to match her hairline. And earlier when I was plucking the wig, you guys saw I was trying to match it up with her hairline as I was plucking it. And once I pull it over, I have her hold it. And then I put some Got To Be glue spray on it. And then I'm going to go in with my hot comb. This is a hot comb, I believe, from Red. I believe you can get that on Amazon or Walmart, but this is the Got to Be Glue spray that I'm using and the hot comb that I'm using as well. I'm just gonna put the Got to Be Glue along the hairline and use the hot comb to pull it back because I want it out of the way in order to put the band on so that the band just goes on smoothly and stays on smoothly. So this band is just, I'm not using Eunice hair right now, but I have a bunch of their bands and just from different hair companies. So I just grab one out my drawer and I'm using it to tie the hair down. As you can see, she's still holding on to it, you guys. So she's still holding on to it tight. And I placed her hand where I wanted her to hold it. And so that's why she's holding it. And then I put the band around it. I let that sit for a while. And now I'm going in to cut off the excess lace off the front. So I use the scissors to kind of break it up in different sections. Then I'm going to go in with a little razor. You can get this from anywhere. I'll tag some razors for you guys, but I'm going to use this razor and I'm going to go in and just cut down the excess lace. And you just want to take your time with this. I believe the razor is better than the scissors because with the scissors, you're going to get like a straight cut. With the razor, you can get more of a jagged cut, which makes the lace look more realistic. And so that's why I'm going in with the razor because I want the lace to look more realistic. Even though it looks a little bit white right now, no fear. We're going to put some more makeup on that hairline. We're going to spray it down with some more Gots to Be Glued, and I'm going to put the band back on and so that it melts into her hair. So I did go ahead and curl her hair off camera with the T3 curling irons. I love these curling irons. I have 3 different attachments and that's what I use. So now I'm going in and I'm sewing down the back of her hair. And I'd like to go sew down in the middle as well as in the back. I just want the hair to last. And I'm using the nylon thread, you guys, that I spoke about earlier. I absolutely love this thread because, like I said, it's thin, it does not break easily, and it does not mat up. You have to get used to braiding, to sewing with it. However, it just does a great job. So once I feel like the band has been on for long enough, I pull that off and then I kind of go through her hair and kind of lift the hair up off because, you know, the band is going to tuck it. And I'm going to go in with the flat iron. I'm using the Babyliss Pro and the Babyliss Pro Mini. And these are the 2 flat irons that I use not only to flat iron her hair and like then curl it with a T3, but I'm going to pull out some baby hair. I'm going to use the flat iron and just kind of curl it a little bit before I lay it. So as you can see, it's already looking like it looks good to me. I'm not going to call myself the pro in wigs or anything, but I do know how to lay the wig enough to like look good enough. But I'm not gonna ever say like, yeah, I'm a wig hairstylist because I'm just not gonna claim that. And then, so once I did that, I like, you know, took the little baby hairs off and laid those down as well. You guys know there's ways to do it to make it look more natural. And then there's ways to do it to make it look how this looks. And it just depends on the client in your chair. Like what do they want? Do they want minimal baby hair with a natural hairline? Or do they want, you know, a thick baby hair, thick side brows or whatever. So this is how the hair turned out, you guys. She's just playing with it right now. I'm kind of telling her like, play with it a little bit, show them how it looks, and let me know in the comments what you guys think. Like I said, every single time I do a wig, I get the feeling that I'm doing it for the first time, even though I know I'm not. But because it just feels like trial and error every single time. I don't know if I'm gonna get it right, but let me know if I got it right in this video. I know like not everyone loves wig. That's why most of you guys are on my channel because you like natural hairstyling and stuff like that. But it doesn't hurt to throw a little diversity in the mix. And so I'll see you guys next time. Bye.